transitioning. I've been very unhappy with who I am deep down for the last 8 years, and I've had like 18 plastic surgeries now, and I've just had a facelift, a brow lift, a temple lift, an eye surgery, a canthoplasty, and my teeth done as well. Just these are just part of my transition. And I'm feeling really good. For the first time in my life, I feel beautiful. I'm looking in the mirror and I love the way I look. I'm coming out as non-binary. I don't feel I identify as male or female. I just feel like I'm just in the middle. And my pronouns are they, them, Korean, Jimin, because I know a lot of people don't understand me, but I do identify as Korean, and I do look Korean now. I do feel Korean. I don't identify as British, so please don't refer to me, any media or anyone online, as British, because I identify as Korean. I've lived in Korea. I speak the language. I have the Korean look now. I look completely Korean. If you didn't know who I was, you would just think I was a Korean person.
A big reason that they're pushing this type of transition is because it brings in a lot of money to the medical industry. It really does, because insurance isn't covering this, bro.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Without further ado, let's get right into it.
Hey guys, I just want to take this chance to, come out today. Something that's been like on my mind for a long time, and I've been very confused about how I identify. I've been very, very confused. And, I've seen a lot of other people online that have come out and been very brave about it and shared their story about how they identify, their gender, their pronouns, etc. So, I've taken courage from these incredibly brave people, and it is Pride Month at the moment. So, I thought this was the best time to do it. And add a voice, add strength to the LGBTQ+I community. So I am going to come out today and say that I've been transitioning. I've been very unhappy with who I am deep down for the last 8 years, and I've had like 18 plastic surgeries now, and I've just had a facelift, a brow lift, a temple lift, an eye surgery, a canthoplasty, and my teeth done as well. These are just part of my transition. I'm feeling really good. For the first time in my life, I feel beautiful. I'm looking in the mirror and I love the way I look.
Yo, first off, may Allah forgive me for laughing in the beginning, and may the brother as well that we are doing this review on also forgive me, because I'm not trying to make fun of the dude. I'm
I think you calling him a brother would be taken as you making fun of him by him. And
probably, but I just want to handle my own action there, laughing like right when the video started. So I just want to get that off the rip.
Yeah. All right. Do you have any thought on what he said right now about him saying he finally feels beautiful in his skin?
I think it's temporary, bro. Yeah. I think it's temporary. Just like everything else in this world is temporary. Our life is temporary, bro. Like you said it yourself, you weren't happy. You were unhappy for all these years, and now that you got these surgeries, and how many surgeries did this man get?
More than he should have, bro.
More than he should have. Listen to that, bro. Look at Michael Jackson. This man was black, and then he went all through these procedures to basically get white skin. Do you think that truly made him happy in the end? That's what you gotta ask yourself. Like, you may feel that right now, but again, it's temporary, bro.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's basically massive body dysmorphia. It's like you're never gonna be comfortable with the way you are. You're like, subhanAllah, like you really think after the 17th surgery, like, oh, this is the one? No, there's gonna be an 18th. You just had the 18th. There's gonna be a 19th, the 20th, 25th, the 30th. It's not gonna stop. It's not gonna end. This is why it's important to deal with the root cause of how you're feeling, and not take physical action to try and to solve something that is an internal discomfort, an internal struggle. I think it would be a lot more beneficial for you as an individual to take a step back from taking physical changes to your body and making these physical changes, and try just reflecting internally. Put everything aside, put the community aside, the devices, everything, and reflect as an individual and sit with yourself as who you are, not who you think you should be.
For real, bro. I don't want to go in right quick, but I'm gonna let it play. But I want y'all to wonder that a big reason that they're pushing this type of transition is because it brings in a lot of money to the medical industry. It really does, because insurance isn't covering this, bro.
It's true. And bro, just think about it too. Like, if people are so lost in their internal despairs, they're not gonna focus on the external, what's actually happening externally. And bro, I love what Rami said, that it's like kind of like body dysmorphia. Like, ask any skinny dude that starts working out if they're ever what's that word?
Lean enough.
No, it starts with a C. It's not complacent.
I don't know, bro.
It's not comfortable.
Content.
That's what it is. Rami came in
There we
for the
go,
save, boy. Ask any skinny dude that's working out in the gym if he's ever content with the amount of muscle he's built, bro.
Yeah.
That's body dysmorphia. It's like, dude, the dude could be huge, stacked, boy, on steroids.
Yeah.
And he'll still look in the mirror and think, like, my lats are too small. My arms need to be bigger.
Yeah. Yeah. Facts, man. It's facts.
And feel happy. And I hope people can respect my decision. It's a very tough decision to come out this way. But I am coming out as non-binary. I don't feel I identify as male or female. I just feel like I'm just in the middle. And my pronouns are they, them, Korean, Jimin. Because I know a lot of people don't understand me, but I do identify as Korean. And I do look Korean now. I do feel Korean. I don't identify as British, so please don't refer to me, any media or anyone online, as British, because I identify as Korean. That's just my culture. That's my home country. That's exactly how I look now. And I also identify as Jimin. That's my Korean name. But not only that, I know it's a little bit confusing for some people. Nobody's ever come out as Jimin or Korean, but this is something that you guys know if you follow my journey for the last 8 years. I've really struggled with identity issues, with who I am, with who I am. It's a very tough one. So I've finally had the courage. I've undergone my racial, can't think of the word, transitional surgery.
No.
I've transitioned to a non-binary person, they, them, Korean, Jimin, and I finally have the Korean look, so I'm actually really happy. But I just want to say to people, I get so many cool comments online. I just want people to be able to respect my decision and don't be, non-binary phobic or anything. Just please respect that this is how I feel. This is a very personal decision. And I've been inspired by the courage of other people, other young people that have come out as non-binary or come out in a different way. And that's really kind of given me the courage, because I think if they can do it, so can I. So as it's Pride Month, I just wanted to put this out there. I've been very trapped in my body for so long. And, I identify with the Korean culture. I've lived in Korea. I speak the language. I have the Korean look now. I look completely Korean. If you didn't know who I was, you would just think I was a Korean person, not a man or a woman, just a person. And, people might think, oh, I'm such a joke. But you know what, guys? You don't understand. If you're trapped in the wrong body your whole life, like, you don't understand. I haven't been trapped in this body my whole life, but it's been the last 8 years. And it's been very tough. I've been very confused. And I've had so many people online bully me about my looks, my love of Jimin, my love of Korea. And people just don't get it. No one's done this before, but I just want to take the brave step to, do this, because I'm sure there's many other young people out there that do identify as Korean or maybe as Japanese, and they don't have the strength or courage, or they don't know the words how to express this. And it's a very, very tough thing. And I don't want to receive any backlash for this, because this is a very personal thing to share. You guys, people online, like YouTubers, they always say, oh, he does things for attention. Like, nobody would do this for attention. Nobody would go through this much pain, this much suffering. I've had 18 surgeries in total for the last 8 years. Nobody would do that to themselves for attention. I'm doing this because it's how I identify, it's how I feel. So I just want people to please be respectful in the comments. Please be respectful online. As I said, I'm non-binary now, so I can be addressed as they, them, Korean, or Jimin. So they/them/Jimin/Korean, or Ko/Ian, Korean. That's how I identify. People might not get it. It's a new concept, whatever. This is how I feel. So please be respectful of my pronouns. of my gender identification. And just want to say, I hope this video might encourage other young people that have been really struggling with who they are. You know, always do what makes you happy in life. This is my message. This is my motto. Be who you want to be. You know, love who you want to love. Be what gender you want to be. Be what person you want to be. You know, community and all the people that identify in different ways. I think it's a very beautiful thing that, you know, in 2021 we can all have these different identities and we can love different people freely, but it's not the same in every country. So I just want to say, some of my fans are in countries where it's not possible to come out as non-binary or to be themselves, and I just want to say, please have strength, please have courage. One day your time will come, you'll be able to freely express yourself, and I will always try my best to give you guys a voice, give you guys a platform, and be a champion for the non-binary community. So just wanted to put that out there, guys. Like, I've done a lot of surgeries now. You know, I'm really loving the results already, but I just wanted to put that out there, that I now identify as non-binary, and I really appreciate all of the fans and everyone that supports me with this, and I hope that, you know, I can be an inspiration to others. So thank you so much, guys.
Wow.
No, bro, I had to stop that right there. Well, that was the end. But 18 surgeries, man, for what?
Yeah.
To go
Was
outside.
he really a man?
Yeah, it was a man
before.
It was a man that transitioned sexually and then transitioned racially, and now he said that. You remember when he said, "There's no doubt if you saw me in the street, you'd know I'm Korean."
Is he actually Korean?
No, bro. It's a white, like a British man.
I know he went through all that stuff, but like, does he have Korean blood in?
No, he's a British man, bro. There's people making memes like there's Koreans, right? There's Korean dudes that are in like the Korean streets doing like street videos, being like asking. There's like, I saw one Korean vlogger. He's like asking Korean strangers on the street if he looks Korean, and like just showing pictures and just recording and like laughing, and everyone's like, nah. And like, I'm like, bro, that's not the point. Like him saying that, it's like, nah, bro, that's subjective. I don't think you could say everyone would assume you're Korean just by that. Yeah, you can't identify as an ethnicity. That makes no sense.
Yeah. There are a few points that I want to make, and I don't want to make them long, so I want to just get them out of the way. But firstly, is like, what is he pushing for? You know, that's the question I want to ask. There's two things I agree with. People should be respectful, right? People shouldn't be, you know, rude or crude or anything. I forgot the second thing I agreed with, to be honest. But like, what are you pushing for? Are you pushing for everyone to just, you know, do what they feel? I feel like this, so let me become that. Do you not see how problematic it is for someone to feel a certain way and then identify as whatever they're feeling as, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, if I feel like an elephant, and it sounds funny, but I'm serious. If I feel like an animal, should I start behaving like an animal? Is that okay? And this is the question. What really makes you happy? He said, let's do what makes us happy. I keep saying I feel I'm being disrespectful, but it's just like,
say it as it is, bro.
Yeah, like, say it as it is, man.
So what makes us happy? That's the thing. There's actually a study done over 30 years showing that the more rights women had and the more progression there was in society for women, the less happy they became. That seems counterintuitive, that you're given more and you're less happy. So for some people, it's like that. So what really makes you happy as an individual? Becoming Korean, identifying as Korean, non-binary, is that making you happy? Because next is going to be something else. There is going to be a 20th surgery. I'm predicting it from now. It's going to be a 20th surgery. You're not going to be happy till you get it. You're going to get it. You're going to say you're happy, and then there's going to be a 21st. You're not going to be happy anymore. It's a psychological thing. It is a mental thing. And I'm not saying you're mentally ill, but you being discontent with who you are is not a physical problem. It's not, I'm not physically how I should be. You're physically exactly how you should be. You're not mentally how you should be. You should be. You should work to be mentally fit. This is the problem. When we push things like this in society, the more people are going to relate to you. I want you to understand, the more you push this, the more there are going to be people that didn't feel they're Korean, but now think maybe I should be Korean. Maybe I should be Hispanic. Maybe I should be Arab. That's not how it works. We have to have boundaries.
It's just is leading others astray. And you know what? if the brother, and I'm calling you brother because, you know, the creator made no mistake in making you the way that he made you. If the brother's watching this video, I mean, dude, just think for a second. You wanted an identity. You wanted to identify yourself. Step back, self-reflect here for a second. The fact that you want to identify yourself means that's your ego trying to attach itself to something. Bro, I look Arabic. I am not Arabic, but I have Arabic blood in me. I'm Puerto Rican. I love the Arabic cultures. I love Arab people. Would I want to dissociate the fact that I'm Puerto Rican? No. I mean, it doesn't even matter that I'm Puerto Rican. At the end of the day, like, the creator made us exactly how we are. And dude, like, it's all temporary. Everything in this life is temporary. So what I'm trying to get at is, if you step back, you self-reflect, you realize this whole thing that you have of wanting to identify as something, having identity issues, that's your ego. And look, the ego has brought you nothing but misery. And if you could detach from the ego, if you could spend more time by yourself, self-reflecting, getting closer to the creator, and you might not even believe in the creator. You might not believe in God. You might not believe in any of that stuff. So just spend time by yourself, self-reflecting, and you can start to detach yourself from the ego, and you will start to see this disillusion that you've been in, this lie that you've been living in, that your mind has been playing out for you. And you start to see, wow, like I really don't have these issues that I thought I had. And that'll start to lead you closer and closer to the truth, bro.
Inshallah.
And bro, we're not transphobic, homophobic, none of this, bro. We've made too many videos by this point on the truth behind LGBT. But we got 3 minutes left. Let me say this. I'm a med student, and what I say right now might be very controversial and definitely goes against what like mainstream psychology and medicine promotes. But bro, I have a conspiracy theory that all this is just jinn possession. Because if you really think about jinn possession, it's really like the symptoms from people that are jinn possessed, right? Clinical studies, they claim to have the same symptoms as people that have psychological symptoms present. These same people that have multi-jinn possessions, if you've ever seen ruqya videos by people that are possessed by multiple jinns, right? The jinns take turns on who's the host, who's the one doing the talking, who the host identifies as, what gender, what race. And you look at this thing called multiple personality disorder or split personality disorder today in psychiatry. It's people that identify as different alters. That's what they call it, right? Like they have different bodies in them. That's literally what this brother was sounding like. Like he has multiple personalities, or he has a Korean female, right? It's like when you look at people that are gay, my conspiracy is it's a straight man who's possessed by a female jinn. It might sound like a reach to some of y'all, or like people that have that are like transitioning, or they feel one way or another way. It's like they have multi-jinn possessions. You know what I mean? And it just goes to show that like they're all feelings, because who the jinn is, it's not you. How you feel isn't you. How you wake up one day isn't really you, right? I don't always feel like doing stuff that I should. For example, sometimes I wake up for Fajr and I'm just lazy. I'm just like, I don't really want to pray. But what do? I get up and pray. Right? Sometimes I feel like eating something that I shouldn't be eating, and then I don't eat it because I know I shouldn't be eating. So if we all go based on our nafs, our desires, what we feel like, we're not really going to really make growth and progression in life. And that's my message to this brother.
Yeah. And the last thing that I want to say, jinns is real, but what was discussed about jinns, that's kind of theoretical. So please, people who are watching, take that as you will, self-reflect on it, come to your own answers, and pray for guidance on those answers, because we can't give you the exact answer, and if we say something wrong, then that's on us, but mostly on Faiyad, because he's the one that said that. But
yeah, that's why I said it's my conspiracy.
Yeah, take it into consideration. And for those who are watching who have no idea what jinns are and stuff, and who are just so against this idea, or not even idea, but this way, right, the straight path here of Islam and all that, just self-reflect. Detach yourself from your ego. Start searching for the real answers for your true self, and then see what that leads you and what comes from that.
Yeah.
That's it, bro. Rami, closing thoughts?
One last thing I want to say. If you, the individual who made the video, if you existed if you lived decades ago, you wouldn't be the way you are now, right? And there's a reason for that. You didn't change, the society did. The reason you are like this is because society. As society has changed, it has also changed the people in it. And the reason people are saying that this is allowed is not because we've been fighting for hundreds of thousands of years as human beings on the face of the earth to want to do this. No, this is because society has changed, and now this is something that is being seen as normal by society. And if it wasn't something that was okay, it wouldn't even be an option for you to want to be Korean. It wouldn't even be an option for you not to want to be a man. The only thing that's changed is the society and their perspective, their perception of reality. But reality hasn't changed. Reality, there's still only two genders. Reality has not changed. There's no third, fourth, fifth option. The only thing that's changed is society, and it goes back to what Anghel said. It's basically living the delusion, and you're never going to be happy in a delusion. And I know it hurts. We're all deluded at some point in life. It's what it's like growing up in a very capitalistic, individualistic society, nihilistic to a certain extent. We're all just living a delusion till we wake up. But once you wake up, it's going to hurt. You're going to realize, everything was a lie, basically. But it's just truth now. At least you're living the truth.
That's money. All right. If you made it this far, smash that like button. And make sure y'all tune in on Friday when our episode with Ali Dawah drops. Inshallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Part 1 is out on my... Mohammed Hijab saw it. Zishan saw a bit of it. Had a bit of a panic attack. I've been developing an app. It's not a matrimony app. It's an app to build. I realize there's foundational problems within the seeking marriage, getting married, divorce. There's a lot of problems. So that's why working on an app, I developed the app, but now I'm putting the content. I've been filming the content. So I've got a little bit more to film. Once that's up, my aim was to release the documentary part 1 and also market the app. They go hand in hand. My purpose is to make sure that the app has everything that I went through in my marriage journey and what I was searching for, the mistakes that I made, the things that I learned. So I don't want people to go through the same mistakes I made. It's my aim. I've said to myself, you know what? By next year, if the app is ready, it's not ready, inshallah, I'm going to release part 1. If it's ready, it's not ready. Because all this time, the app has been causing the delay. It would have been out 2 years ago. So because of the app, it's nearly done, that problem, okay, let's wait a bit longer, I've come to the point, I said, look, next year, personally, I don't like giving dates because every time I mention something publicly, it doesn't happen. But inshallah, that's my deadline.
Mm-hmm.